All right, we're rejoining the action here right where we left off. Same time, same score. It's Platypi get the ball coming out of their timeout. And what were we talking about before this break? I kind of lost track, and there was something I wanted to say.
I think we were on Krispy Kreme.
Okay, we were talking about how we've been here for 3 years. We've never made the Krispy Kreme. You know, thinking over, we haven't been to a lot of things here. Like, apparently there's a Domino's about 20 minutes from here. We've never been to Domino's.
That's true.
There's a Panera in Hickson right near Wild Wings. We've never been there, so we need to kind of pick it up here in our final 3 semesters, if you ask me.
That's something we definitely got to work on.
We have a Wild Wings trip planned for Thursday night, although, you know, if the Platypi win this, we may be celebrating or something like that. It might just be a trip from the hall. You never know.
Been a while since we've had a hall trip. A hall not quite as together as it has been in years past.
You know, not as close as it has been freshman year, really. We've kind of been on the decline since then. I mean, it's not really a decline into something bad. It's just, we had a good freshman year, if you ask me.
I think that's true, Graydon. And you know, it seems like the hall has declined to you and me, but I think in a lot of ways it's just changing, and you know, maybe parts of that change are good, parts of it are bad, but who's to say?
You know, Corwin's on the floor now. That made me think, you know, apparently there was a deadly earthquake in New Zealand today. I wonder if it feels somewhat similar to when Corwin's running up and down the court. You never know. Never really felt an earthquake, but, you know, if Corwin runs by you, you sure feel it.
Yes, you do.
Oh, wait, looks like, oh, hey, well, we've been promising him for about a week and a half, and ladies and gentlemen, he's finally here. Arnold Schwarzenegger, everybody.
Yes, I'm here.
Well, Arnold, welcome to the booth. You know, we're honored to have you. We're just a small outfit here in Summers Gymnasium, Dayton, Tennessee. How did you find the time to come see us?
Well, you know, I'm not the governor of California anymore, and I'm not Mr. Universe anymore, and my acting career not going like it used to, so I had the time to finally get out to Tennessee and visit my fans here at Bryan College.
Great. So did you fly into the Dayton airport, or did you drive up from Atlanta? What'd you do?
So that's an interesting story, actually. You see, what happened was I was supposed to fly into Chattanooga, but then there was an earthquake in New Zealand, so I walked instead.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, better safe than sorry.
I'm not sure why that's not the airport, but it did.
Is this kind of like a don't take the elevator when there's a fire type deal?
I really couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay, well, that's all right. Just thought I'd ask. So, you know, Jared here is one of your biggest fans. You know, do you have any questions for him, Jared? I mean, you're meeting your, well, we won't call him your idol because we're at Bryan College, but you're meeting a, well, how would you refer to Arnold Schwarzenegger in your mind?
Well, Brayton, I would refer to him as a mentor, as an inspiration, as a guy who, his face literally covers my wall, and I compare my biceps to him. His every day, because this is the man that I would like to emulate in my life. And you know, there is one question I would like him to ask him, if that'd be okay. I said, yes, go ahead. Well, you know, in one of your movies, Total Recall, you went to Mars, and I was wondering, have you ever actually been to Mars? Well, yes, Total Recall. I remember that one because I lost my identity, and I had to get it back. In answer to your question, no, I have not been to Mars because NASA will not get their butts there.
Well, you know, speaking of NASA, you know, what do you think of President Obama's kind of initiative there to cut some of NASA's funding?
They are never going to get to Mars unless we give them more money. Now, the thing that really gets me about President Obama is that they let him be president, but they won't let me be president.
That's very true, very true. I'm sure that's a sore spot sometimes for you, and we're sorry about that. But getting back to more maybe light-hearted subjects, you know, Alan was talking about comparing his biceps to yours. You know, you're here standing side by side now. What do you think of that?
Well, he has a little ways to go. It's in like 10 or maybe 20 years. I think he could get there.
Now, you've seen our workout facilities here in Bryan College. Do you think maybe that number's a little longer because of the facilities he has to work with?
These facilities are absolute crap. I would never work out in a place like this. All the weights are missing, they're broken. But today I was trying to do some curling when I came in to get in shape for the interview. And the weight is falling apart. It's not good. Kind of like this basketball team.
Well, you know, it's true, the platypi do have a ways to go, but we do love supporting them. And I don't know, you probably haven't watched any of our other videos. You've just heard of us by word of mouth.
I think I watched them all.
Oh, all right, excellent. Maybe on the walk over here, huh? Have them on your iPhone or something?
Actually, I've been watching since they started coming out. I keep a very close eye on what is going on in Bryan College.
Good, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You know, what is your take on 2020, Vision 2020? I'm sure you've heard a lot about it.
I have Vision 2020. I think it's great. You know, my friend Jared, not so fortunate, and I really feel bad for him that he can't experience that. But I think Vision 2020 is the best to have, unless you can be like, you know, someone who has 2015, in which case you can see even better.
All right, well, I gotta say it's been an honor having you here. We're at 6:40 to play, 24-3 our score, so platypi definitely aren't doing much here. And
well, before we let Ernie go, I gotta ask him, you know, not sure you have any basketball experience, but you know, what do you feel about this game and about the platypi's performance? Well, that's a good question. You know, I've been watching the videos, and the platypi, they have a lot of talent, kind of like me, but they don't seem to have the hustle and the motivation. I think if they could just get motivated, then they could come back.
On that note, let me ask you this: a platypi are a team without a coach. What do you think? What do you think about that? Not having a coach.
Everyone needs a coach. I have a coach. I had a coach for weight training. I had a coach for acting. I had a coach for my political career. And now I have a coach for retirement.
Oh, retirement coach, huh?
Yes, it really helps me when I can't continue my plan to become president.
Yeah, well, again, we're sorry about that, but there's really nothing we can do about it from here in Dayton, Tennessee, in the Summers Gymnasium. Not Summers Gymnasium. We're in the practice gym. Gotta correct me. Yes, well.
So,
maybe
Arnie, with your plans to become president canceled, what are you working on right now? Oh, I'm glad you asked about that. I'm sure everyone has seen my cameo appearance in The Expendables, the excellent film by my friend Sylvester Stallone, who is much smaller than me. And I will be appearing with a larger role in the sequel to that film, which is called The Expendables 2. It will be twice as brutal.
Well, we definitely enjoyed Expendables on the Hall, so we look forward to that coming out. Do you have a release date for us or anything like that?
No.
All right, well, that's okay. Well, we're going to have to go ahead and go to a break here very quick. Thank you very much for joining us, Governor. We're going to let you go before any more aftershocks hit. Maybe you can you can catch a plane home this time instead of having to walk. Yeah, that couldn't have been fun.
I'll be back.
Excellent. We look forward to it, Governor. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, well,
we actually had him on again.
Hey, that was wonderful. Well, on that note, you can't top that, and we're going to have to try, you know, coming up in the second half. The platypi are going to have to try and top what they've done, which isn't much. 28-3 our score, 4-17 to go in this game. We'll be right back here from the practice.